Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a great Father's Day and a great weekend. Let's start with the cycle analysis on S&P 500, and then we'll review all of the major indices, including Nasdaq, Dow Jones, Russell 2000. We'll review crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum. We'll review all major FANG stocks and also commodities. Please hit the like buttons if you like the content, and I really appreciate that. Okay, guys, so what's going on here? You can see cycle analysis, focus on this yellow cycle, looking for a top here next couple of days soon. I also got a 9 count sell signal on Friday. You can see a red dot here if I zoom in. This is 789. Again here 789, then we get a drop. Well, drop doesn't need to be a really big drop, but I'm looking for either a consolidation to go a little lower or a bigger drop here, and then we're gonna have another pump from here. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. From divergence perspective, little bit of divergence here, not major. PPO also not a lot of divergence, slight divergence, but that doesn't mean much here because we could get another high with a divergence. All right, so let's see next couple of days. Sells this cycle, mid cycle is Tuesday, sorry, Thursday this week. So we still have some room, but this cycle can be a couple of days early or later. So if you get a bounce, look to take profits and then wait for this dip. All right, so that's all on S&P 500. And let's do a side-by-side comparison. On right side, I'm going to put MES chart, daily chart, and on the left side, I will put day trading chart. Only for day trading we use. So red lines are where we sell, green lines are where we buy. S&P 500 bounced nicely from 7 o'clock yesterday. I mean on Friday, 7 a.m. Nice bounce from here, touch the green zone and then bounce, and I shared this level with my subscribers. And here you go on a daily chart. You can see here right now a little bit of weakness, not a lot, but one reason on SPY. Let me show SPY. There is this gap on the right side. Okay, so there's this gap up to 537, so they could want to fill this gap at some point. I don't know if it's going to be today or later in the week, but they could come and fill this gap, so just keep that in mind. So I think that's what they're looking for. And that could be a nice bounce after that, okay? Because if it fills that gap, we could be in the buy zone in the green area, and then we want to really buy that buy that dip, not the dump, because it's going to be mostly a dip. And on SPY, that level is here, right here between green lines, 537. All right. Let's look at Nasdaq here, MNQ, Nasdaq chart, same thing here, 9 count sell signal here. Coming closer to neutral zone, let's look at triple Qs here. Triple Qs, that gap is all the way down to 468, still quite far away. So that could be a nice stop. For that to happen, Nasdaq needs to, like chip stock or NVDA, needs to dump really bad for that to play out. But we'll see. For right now, it's in the neutral zone. Dow Jones, you can see Dow Jones is also in the neutral zone, kind of like a neutral zone. Let's see if it can come to buy zone. But Dow Jones is looking still holding this low, which is 9 count SPY signal. As long as this low holds, this could be a lower high before we go higher. Okay, so let's see, we could bounce anytime here. Russell 2000. Okay, sorry, let's go to DIA ETF. There's a gap here, which happened on Friday, gap down, but that gap is going to be filled at 386, still not filled. And then Russell 2000 is the weakest of all in the buy zone. Okay, it's been in the buy zone in Friday and even today, so I wouldn't be looking to short. We got a nice bounce here, but it's since then it's just going lower, but it's going lower on a divergence. You can see no, sorry, not divergence yet. So we could get a bounce and then go lower as well. But let's see. One thing to note on IWM, there's this big gap here. Open on Friday, gap down. So 201.58, that's the gap. So they will eventually fill. So be very careful. We're getting close to 200 EMA and SMA. This blue and dark blue and light blue line. We could find bottom very soon and then bounce. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can see RSI. This is a new low. RSI is still making higher low. Okay, so that's something you got to be careful of. Don't get too bearish. Again, even on futures, we are very close to support area here. Crude oil. All right, so crude oil is in the going towards sell zone. Nice recovery. This V-shaped recovery now flagging. Getting a 7 count sell signal. Let's see, it can still couple of days stay here. If we get a breakout, that's going to be bullish for oil stock, or we could get rejected here. Let's see what happens right now. right now just in the middle. CNQ, I keep it here because this is another biggest Canadian oil miner, had a 9 counts buy signal last week, holding today's dividends, so will be opening a little lower 1% because they were paying out dividends today. But then again, these yellow lines are gaps to fill. There are a lot of potential upside on this CNQ trade. From where we are on Friday, we could go potentially 13% higher. Tesla is getting closer to buy zone. Pre-market down 0.7%, broke out after Elon Musk pay approval and then back down again. I really want Tesla to go above 180 to be bullish again. It looks like a fake out move day before last, like in Thursday, broke out, sold off again. Friday sold off, just in this wedge right now, just consolidating. Maybe they're waiting for some big news. I don't know what it is. But this is just generating a lot of energy here. Let's see if it can bounce anytime soon. But again, in the day trading chart, very close to the buy zone. I wouldn't be shorting here. Bitcoin is in the buy zone right now. Okay, let me expand this chart. And you can see here in the buy zone, one thing I wanted to show you on Bitcoin, you can see what's going on. If I go to monthly chart, you can see we're going higher on a monthly chart, and then you can see RSI's lower high. Okay, lower high, PPO, lower high, lower high. Same thing on weekly chart, same thing, we're going higher. Actually, weekly chart is a bit different, so I take that back. No, actually here, same thing. You can see PPO, lower high, RSI maybe equal high, but PPO showing clear divergence, okay? So we got to be careful on a weekly chart. It's telling you we might need a reset, but anyhow, just wanted to show you that. And green line is below red line on PPO here. If I zoom in, you can see green line below red line. I really want this to kind of cross to be bullish again. Until that crossover happens, it could go lower. There's some support around 62K, 60K, so it could go lower with SPX going down in June. This could go lower, and that could present a nice opportunity to buy. So anyhow, just want to share that. Ethereum also very close to the buy zone. You can see bouncing from the buy zone on ETH. There is a gap which is not filled due to CME futures, so it could come to fill this gap around 34, 33. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's go to Hang Seng Index China. China, you can see right now in the middle, in the neutral zone. There's a gap here around 17,552. They could come to fill that gap. Apple, let's see, Apple is also in the middle. Okay, neutral zone. Amazon getting close to buy zone. Look to buy at gap fill 181.39. Google is also in the neutral zone. Meta, Facebook is also in the neutral zone. Netflix is in the sell zone. Not interested in buying this. Microsoft is also in the sell zone. Snowflakes is in the neutral zone. On a daily chart, trying to make a bottom, I think. NVDA must be in the sell zone. You can see in the sell zone. AVGO, same thing in the sell zone, new highs. I'm not chasing any of these moves. Just wait for it to come down. And AMD is in the neutral zone here. And Shopify had a nice pump in the sell zone right now on Friday. And let's look at commodities. Gold. Gold is a nice pump on Friday, but now back to neutral zone. Silver is back to neutral zone. Is let's see. Copper is in the buy zone. Natural gas is also in the buy zone. Corn is in the buy zone. Palladium is in the neutral zone. Soybeans is in the buy zone. Sugar is going towards buy zone, and wheat is already in the buy zone. All right. So this pump 700 was still, I think it can bounce, but it's just a weakness. I think June weakness is kicking in, and dollar index DXY is towards the sell zone here. Okay, towards the sell zone. So dollar should weaken, and that should pump stock market and Bitcoin and gold, in my opinion. Somebody wanted me to check Air Canada on Friday. Somebody left a comment on Air Canada, so let's quickly take a look on AC. If you are here, this is for you. In the buy zone, Air Canada is in the buy zone. You can see here it's divergence on RSI. We made a new low, and RSI is making a high low, so that's good. But PPO, there's no low. Also, green line is still below red line, so I think Air Canada is getting very close to bottom, and we got a 7 count SPY signal. Wait for a couple of more eights. Last time we got 7 and 8 bounce, 7 and 8 bounce, 7 and 8 bounce. So looking for maybe a couple of days here and then bounce. So I think very good prices here in Air Canada. So this could be very good for the long-term investment. Probably same thing must be for most of these airline stocks. No, Air Canada is very weak compared to all. And let's look at VIX, and then we wrap up. VIX is bouncing, so every time it comes below 13 it bounces. It's in the demand zone, so VIX could be getting ready to a bounce higher if we get this weaknesses in SPX, which I'm expecting. So let's see, else VIX will crash, and we still have a couple of more days to go higher, like I said at the intro, and then VIX will bounce. All right, guys, that's it for today. And if you have anything you want me to review, leave a comment and I will make a video of that in my tomorrow's video. All right, guys, have a good one and good luck with your trade. Bye.